or what? Like,
see. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up?
We turn up and we fuck shit up. And the weak ass Raider fans to go home. You know. Stepping up, throwing, broken up. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and Rocket. What a throw, what a catch. I don't even know what to say about this. I don't even know what to say.
Barbecue chicken alert. Barbecue chicken alert.
Barbecue chicken.
that's all you have to say, right?
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken, huh? All right, yeah, that's it. Barbecue chicken.
Was it something to talk about?
Oh, without a doubt, barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken. You know, Keenan, yeah, it's for dinner now. Yeah, but Keenan Allen's a great player. You know, one of the best receivers that play in this game. But at the end of the day, you got to respect the game. You got to respect your opponents. And you know, at that point, he didn't. But I have all the respect in the world for Keenan Allen. He made plays. Been a Pro Bowler, All-Pro receiver. So always fun competing against him because he brings the best out of you.
Nah, I was going today. It wasn't really a question for me today. It was, especially. No, I can't say that. Yeah. Chicken. Barbecue chicken. Baked chicken. Oh, wait.
John, calm down. John, they'll win the next time, John.
I hate the Raiders.
John, stop.
Barbecue chicken alert. What's good, fellas?
Barbecue chicken.
Who had barbecue chicken Sunday night? I know I did.
I had a lot of barbecue chicken. It was good too. Man, I think Keenan was eating some barbecue crow because look, he had 88 yards, he had a touchdown, but really he ain't do nothing. Like he ain't do nothing. He scored his little touchdown. He talked a lot like he did something, but he ain't do nothing. Now, Nikolai, I know you got a lot to say about this game. I'm gonna let you start off with the first 5 minutes because the first 5 minutes had me shook. So go ahead, man.
Man, well, what's up, Raider Nation? How y'all doing? Glad to be back here. But man, 5 minutes into the game, I was worried. I'm not gonna lie. We had a pick. We had some 3 and outs. Really wasn't looking positive, to be honest. When I saw the first 5 minutes, I was like, "There's no way we regressed. There is no way we have regressed." But you know, something happened, and then 55 minutes of gameplay from then on. The Raiders played probably the best football I have seen the Raiders play in, I want to say, maybe a couple years. I'm going to throw that one out there, man. Like, complete game, top to bottom. Let's talk about it. In the trenches, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
Them boys stepped up. Derek Carr stayed upright, did not go down. Josh had another 100-yard game when Zamir came in, hit the hole, got the first down for us, kept the chains moving. Let's talk about the trenches on the offense, and now we got to really give them boys on the defensive line what they need, because that defensive pressure up the middle changes everything. I think I said it last week. I'm going to say it this week, and you will hear me say it in the future. That pressure up the middle started it all for that defense. Man, the turnovers, just the heart. 55 minutes of the best football I've seen the Raiders play in a long time. 5 minutes of it scared me. I ain't going to lie. we could fast forward above those 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was looking ugly. 3 and outs. I mean, Derek knows how to upset me because I love Derek, but he knows how to upset me. Because some of those throws in the first 3 drives, like that Amir Abdullah one, he underthrew Foster. It's come on, bro. But you figured it out, and I love you for it.
They figured it out.
Yep.
Tay went off. Tay did Tay things. Derek.
I think that it's not too. Even. I don't even think it's Davante going off. If you look at it, what's Davante catching these balls on? Play action. Why?
Yeah.
Because them boys. Thank you. Them boys is doing what they need to do. You want to have 7-second developing plays? Fine. Run it in play action.
Well, yeah. And you see him go again, and for the second game in a row, that holding the right hand, hauling it in with the left, holding the left hand, hauling it in with the right. Dude, same exact catch. You put them side by side, and it's literally that office meme. I posted it on my page. Corporate needs to tell you the difference between this picture and this picture. Same exact thing.
Hey, real quick, guys. Breaking news. The Los Angeles Rams have acquired Baker Mayfield. He probably will not play Thursday night, but
No
the Rams
way.
required Baker Mayfield. I wish he was playing because
I thought San Francisco was going to take him.
I thought
San Francisco. Too. I thought the Niners were. I would have put more money on the Niners than I would have done anything, especially with what happened to Jimmy G. But what they call that man, Brock Purdy, Mr. Relevant now?
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. Only Mr. Irrelevant to throw a touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's crazy. But yeah, let's get into this. I mean, look, the trenches were hot. Jerry Tillery
were the best.
He was on a mission. He had something to prove. He went with the team to let him go. And I remember Charger fans laughing when we got him. And I was like, look, I said, I think this guy's going to be a very big focal point on the defense. And he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He did what Darius Philon did when he came in, just brought life to that interior defensive line. And he had like 11 pressure. He was just up the middle, just wreaking havoc. And then Chandler Jones came alive. I don't know if Chandler Jones got a shot in the ass. I don't know if he did a line of coke in the bathroom. I don't know what he did, but that man came ready to play because that dude was just going. I mean, that motor was nonstop. I was fired up.
That was old school Chandler Jones right there. Great. That was old school Chandler Jones.
Well, I mean, I've always said it too. Chandler's been doing what he's supposed to do as far as holding the edge and playing in the run. We just haven't seen him put up the sack numbers. But that pressures aside, he's got the pressures. Just some reason they're getting out of him. I mean, shoot, I'm in my 30s too. I feel him. He's grasping like it used to be. I get you, my guy. But like Chandler's been holding that edge phenomenally all year. For anybody to say differently, they have not been watching the Raiders football. But he got them sacks. And if you saw it in his face. Those sacks right there meant more to him, I feel like, than they meant more to the team because he was just like that weight finally lifted off his shoulders. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Well, I think, Kenny, when I was seeing what Nikolai was saying about it, seeing in his face, I remember when we were talking to Chris Smith and he was saying that he had that confidence lull where he's like, get that first tackle and that first sack. And he's like, okay, I can do this. He remembered that he's able to do it. He's not falling off. He's doing what the scheme is asking him to do.
He's doing what he's supposed to do. But, I mean, I respect Chandler Jones for doing more than what the numbers show because at the end of the day, I think people want to sit there and talk about the Patriot way, and I will never sit there and, say, let's be the Patriots. But the one thing I'll always say is I'm an athlete. I grew up an athlete. My dad was an athlete. Yep. Do your job, period. I don't care. You don't got to be a Patriot to do your job. And Chandler Jones has done his job by holding that edge. And that's all I can ask him to do at the end of the day. If he gets the sacks, great, and he's got them. But, we get so caught up on the numbers of what we want to see people do, and we forget that doing your job holds more value than maybe some of those numbers that you put up. And the Raiders, for 55 minutes, I watched 11 people on that field do their job for the entire time, and it was phenomenal to see.
Well, if we want to talk sack numbers, I want to give a little shout-out to a little bit of love to Polamalu coming right up that gut, took Herbert right to the grass. And
who forced it though?
I caught a lot of flack in the beginning of the season, stumping for him out of training camp. I'm going, he's going to do it. He's going to be decent. He's going to be solid. Everyone's going, no, you're nuts. You're nuts. No, man, I knew it. Coming out of USC, that's a solid safety right there.
No doubt.
And who forced him up in the pocket in that play? Chandler Jones off the edge.
Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like Chandler's been doing what he does. The numbers don't show it, but Chandler's been a bright spot on that defensive line. He's never been graded. I think one game he was graded lower than 65. Besides that, not been graded lower than 65 as a DN. Max has been doing what Max things, but that pressure up the middle will make everybody do better on the edge, and we are seeing that now.
Yep.
No doubt. I mean, Chandler Jones was kind of playing that Clee Farrell role in the beginning of the year, whereas, Clee got a lot of flack because he wasn't getting sacks, but I mean, you get drafted 4th overall, people are going to be looking at you a certain way. But Clee was actually holding down the line, and he's gotten better this year. He's playing well, But that's what Chan was doing, and players want to see a $17 million guy get sacks. Well, guess what? We got sacks. Max is still sitting there holding. I think it's 70% of the team sacks. But I mean, that's not going to change. Max is Max.
He's $100 million. He's $100 million guy himself. So it don't.
Yeah, Max is gonna do Max things. But if the other guys come in and they pick up that slack, that's what you want to see. If you're getting 4, 5, 6 sacks a game, then guess what? The quarterback's on the ground. He's not wanting to throw that ball. He's not going to want to sit there in that pocket. He's going to try to get that ball off quickly, and that's when they start making mistakes. And this is where we look at this week, where you've got a team that's got their quarterback out. Matt Stafford's gone. They're coming in. They got a third string quarterback who's playing. This is a beat up team. This is a team where you really need to get after it. It's a short week, but you got to get after it.
They have no offensive line. They have no defensive line right now, as far as I know. And Donald's out as well.
Donald's out.
Like all that stuff. Like the Rams, what are we? We're sitting at 16% chance. Let's talk about it because nobody wants to talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. We're sitting at 16% chance to make the playoffs. Look at our schedule.
Yeah.
Our schedule would really put me at a 50-50 with who we have coming up. The only game that's always going to be tough in my eyes, I don't think the Chiefs are playing anybody in the last one, so I'm going to say the 49er game.
Yep.
But the 49er game took a different turn for me when Jimmy G just broke his foot. So it's nobody wants to talk about it because knock on wood, superstition, whatever, but like the Raiders, if you really look at the way we're set up right now, would you rather be hot in the beginning of the year, like Arizona was last year, like teams have done in the past, and tail off and what happens? Or would you rather get hot at the right time when it matters? And you've seen plenty of wild card teams make it to the Super Bowl. Why not us?
Yeah, me and Kenny were talking about the beginning of the season. You know,
Raiders did it before.
We're talking about these losses. They just keep coming and piling up. It's like, fine, get them out of the way now. Get hot in the middle of the season and take that run, ride the wave into the playoffs.
No, it's. I think that goes a testament to it's what we talked about last week. Remember how they're buying in, not necessarily buying into the coaches, not necessarily, but they're buying into each other, to themselves. And I feel like you saw that last week because Chargers, like I said, Brandon Staley don't scare me, but on paper, Chargers are still a good team. I'm not gonna put away the Chargers regardless. And we stepped up and literally made them look mediocre. 100%, we made the Chargers look like the Carolina Panthers last week. Like, that's how they look to me. You have a solid running back when they had Christian McCaffrey, you feel me, and Austin Eckler, but he's fumbling, not doing what he needs to do. You have Keenan Allen, who, Cal Bear, I love Keenan, you feel me? I can't say I don't like Keenan, but, like, one of the top receivers in the game, we held him in check, minus his, Hail Mary of didn't matter because the game was over, touchdown.
The one garbage time?
The 30-something yard touchdown that doesn't matter at that point. We held Justin Herbert, who, let's talk about it. Everybody puts Justin Herbert higher than Derek Carr in rankings. Everybody, and I will give Justin Herbert a nod in ceiling, not floor, but ceiling. I will give Justin Herbert a nod in ceiling just because you don't know what can happen yet, younger career. But we held Justin Herbert in check. This is the same man that people said was an MVP candidate before this season, right? Is that a testament to the Raiders scheme, to this, that? Nah. The Raiders just now have bought in and played for themselves. And you can see that Chandler Jones' smile. Chandler Jones being happy. Palomalu being happy. Derek Carr last week when Josh Jacobs broke off the 86, going down and just being emotional. They're doing it for each other. And that's going to carry us into this postseason. I'll say it today. Kenny, I'm gonna send it to you. I got a Bleacher Report post that I posted weeks ago saying if the defense steps up, the Raiders win out. It still holds true today because we ain't lost since I posted it. I'm gonna send it to you. Make sure everybody remembers it.
I made a TikTok post about 3 weeks ago, and I said, look, when the Raiders turn this thing around, and it went viral for the wrong reasons. Everybody's like, ha, when they turn this thing around. We've been 3-0 since then. Yep. I'm still talking playoffs. I'm still talking it too. When we were 2-7, I'm like, I'm still talking playoffs. I'm not one of those, and we've talked about this. I'm not one of those to sit there and say, let's tank, let's get a quarterback.
No. Hell no.
Until there's 0% chance, I'm all in.
Yeah, until they're mathematically eliminated.
Yeah, and hey, last year I remember we were sitting at 6-7, and they were sitting there saying we done. Raiders suck. Yeah. They ain't gonna do it. Colts are about to wreck them in Indianapolis too. What happened? I didn't see it happen. It sounded nice, but I didn't see it. So I don't know. Like, until you put 11 people on the field that I think are gonna beat us right now, I'm gonna call playoffs. And call me crazy. No,
I don't think there's anything crazy about that. You literally just have to put somebody on the field too. Okay, we're winning now, so stop us. It's like what Madden said. Everyone thinks the Raiders are a dirty team. Well, we are. What are you going to do about it? So you get to apply that to the same thing about winning. We're winning. What are you going to do about it?
Well, let me ask you, gentlemen. I have a question for you then. Like from last game. Let's not the first half, up and down. We started slow, but we pick it up. So let's start the game at the second half, where I think the Raiders really played Raider football. What did you guys see? Where do you think that our strengths happened from the second half? And where do you think that we might have maybe taken our foot off the gas, that we might have been doing a little bit better, that we should make sure that we keep that momentum into a full 60 minutes of next game? Even if our opponent is the Rams, Anybody can beat you any given Sunday. So I want to hear
Yeah,
y'all's take on that.
What I said is just keep your foot on their necks. You know, one of the things that the Raiders don't do well is they don't keep their foot on their throat. You know, they get comfortable with a little bit of a lead and they start to let up a little bit. What I wanted to see, what I like to see was that they kept getting after it. Defensively, they kept getting after it. They kept throwing different things at Herbert. They kept making it hard for him. But one thing I did see is they started letting them get more of those third down conversions. They started letting them convert more of those plays and putting them in a position where they had a chance to come back. Offensively, I think one of the things that I really liked was that they continued to attack. But what they didn't do is I think that they had an opportunity to score again, and they didn't capitalize on that opportunity.
Yep. No, I think you're exactly right. Defensively, I think, you know, allowing Max and Jones to just pin their ears back and get after the quarterback, especially with the newly acquired inside rush. You know, that's definitely collapsing that pocket, getting after the quarterback. That's obviously number one on, you know, you need to pressure the quarterback. But I'm going to call this up and I'm going to say Amik Robertson. That dude has some dog in him. That guy,
Debo,
he is out there swinging, throwing hands. Like he's not afraid of nobody out there. And I think that's the best thing. You know,
he's one of those guys where if you piss him off, when you piss him off, he plays better.
Oh, he'll come
Craig.
up. Yeah. He'll play.
He's Craig. He got him. You feel me? Craig and the league's Debo to him. Come on, man.
So, and then on the offensive side of the ball, I'm going to say the offensive line. I'm going to say the offensive line did their job on Sunday. They kept Carr clean. I'm looking at the stat sheet right now. There's not one registered sack on the Chargers defense. Not
what
one.
did you have? What did you have for your ballers and busters?
Those will come out today, actually. I've got Jones on the baller side for the defense for the first time all season. I'm going to have to go. You know what? I think I'm going to actually go with Carr on the baller side for the offense. The buster side is tough, man. Like last week, I had to put a silhouette out because I didn't know who the buster was on offense. They were playing great offense, and I had to reach to put Yassine in as the buster last week. That was only because he got 3 out of 3 passes made on him and gave up a tutty. So it's like I'm not even sure.
Nate Hobbs had a rough one this week.
Yeah, first game back.
I get that though.
But I'll give him this. He picked up that fumble.
Yeah.
So he was around the ball. So it's like, who do you choose as your buster on the defense, right? It may be a silhouette.
Nobody.
I don't know.
Say nobody.
I would say the buster. I would say the buster on the defense would be Justin Herbert.
There you go. Buster on the defense is Keenan Allen for waking them boys up and giving them a reason to whoop his ass. Like straight up.
Dude.
Don't give it. Let sleeping giants lie. Isn't that the saying?
Yeah.
Don't wake him.
Keenan talk way too damn much. Keenan reminds me. Keenan's like Draymond, where when he's not on your team, you can't stand him. If he's on your team, you probably like him. Like if he was a Raider, I would love it. I love the fact that he talks because he goes back and forth and he's not soft about it. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
I love it. It keeps the rivalry alive.
Yep.
We got a question here from the Raider room. You guys think Waller suits up this week? I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
They already said he's not.
I would like him to, but
I think it's going to be
I don't even want him to.
Next week at the
I want to see Foster a little more. I'm to be honest with you. I'm perfectly fine Darren Waller sitting out the rest of the season. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I don't mean that in a knock to Darren Waller. I just want to see more of Foster because I think that Foster is doing exactly what we need him to do. And this might be the weirdest thing I've ever said about somebody that I like. I think when you give Derek Carr too much, he fucks up too much. Give him less. Keep him the way he is, where he just has Davante, and make him have to figure it out. I'm being honest with you. Like,
give me Hunter back, though. I want Hunter back.
I mean, I love Hunter. Like, I'm not saying I don't want them and they don't make our team better, but look at how Derek's playing without them all. And now give him back. You know, I feel like he feels like he needs this shit. Derek's so nice. Be mean.
Give Derek that one guy that he can key in on. I mean, he had it with Nelly. He had it with Zay. He had it with Hunter.
You feel me?
Give him that one guy he can key in on.
He wants to share the ball too much, and it's like I feel you, but honestly, I would keep Darren Waller out the rest of the season. Let Foster play. Foster's in a contract year anyways. Let him play it out. Let him see what he's going to do. Either get his money somewhere else, or we could bring him back. D-Wall needs to sit. D-Wall needs to sit out, get healthy. Honestly, that's, I think, the best thing for the Raiders. We've already proven that if we really need to run the ball, we're going to put an extra offensive lineman there at tight end anyway. So do we need the extra pass catching tight end and D-Wall? No, Foster's doing fine. Do I think the Raiders know that as well? Yes, so I don't think he comes back this week. Maybe not next week. if we make a push for the playoffs, I think they'll think about bringing him back.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard Waller was on. I think it was Bussin' with the Boys. He was on with Will Compton and Taylor Lewan. Actually, it was just Will Compton at that point. But anyway, one of the things he said, he goes, "I'm going to miss playing with Foster." He goes, because he will get paid, and he is a starting tight end.
He's a dog.
So, he's got it in him. It's just I wish he would clean up his hands a little bit. But I mean, there's little things here and there you can nitpick.
You see those holes he's making for Josh Jacobs, though. At the end of the day,
absolutely.
I don't care. Drop a couple passes. Keep making those holes. Keep our quarterback upright. Be that safety valve. I'm fine with that. At the end of the day,
okay. Drop the pass, but bat it to the ground. Don't do this popping up.
Don't do popping up. I'm with you.
Drop it, knock it down.
If you're gonna drop, hit it down.
Yeah,
that's all I ask. No more pop-ups. No more pop-ups.
My heart stops every time the ball goes up. My heart stops.
I bet you. I bet you if wide receivers and running backs were credited with the interceptions, they probably would start batting more balls down.
Oh yeah, fact. I mean,
come on, man.
That first intercept, that pick six was a PI.
It was pass interference.
I ain't never seen someone get thrown.
Yeah, Matt Collins in a headlock. Yeah, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Or he said,
but still, I'm not.
Like, come on.
I'm not going to give Derek Carr a pass on that because I don't know why you threw it in double coverage, anyways, my guy. Let's be real. Like, there was two people. There was a dude underneath, and Callahan was sitting on top. You had a whole different side of the field, or I don't care. Run it 2 yard slide, line up again. I don't care.
Because Derek likes to make those tight window throws. He does make that tight window throw. He makes that throw. If it wasn't PI,
but you're telling me that there isn't
no, there was guys.
Oh, there's always somebody else.
That's my point. It's like I can't let Derek Carr get out of it all the way because there was a better option. But I don't blame you for the PI for the pick because it was blatant PI. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would have probably been, in my opinion, it's an incomplete pass. But like you had better options. If I'm not mistaken. We had
he likes making those tight window throws. That's what it really comes down to. Derek likes doing that, But hey, he had some tight ones. We had what? He had a couple catches that just had incredibly low probability. I know the one to Foster on the sideline, that was like a 33% probability.
The Amir Abdullah one on the third down when he had to go back.
The one to Tay in the end zone was like 20. I think it was like 23.3%.
Yeah, but you're throwing it to Davante, so instantaneously next gen stats have to raise that up because it's going to Davante.
Davante's been doing some ridiculous shit with the ball. I'm telling you that right now. I mean, we saw it. We saw it in Seattle. We saw it last week. That man, he is him. He's everything that we wanted, boys. Everything and more. I mean, imagine when you think about it. Like, imagine if the Raiders had a Davante Adams 8 years ago. Imagine it. Imagine had the Raiders, had Amari Cooper been the guy that he was drafted to be, or had.
Imagine if we drafted Michael Crabtree instead of Darius Hayward-Bay. Let's have the talk about it. We had Michael Crabtree. I'm talking about Texas Tech Michael Crabtree with hands like the strongest hands ever. That's what we needed. We got Michael Crabtree after he was already pissed off at the league. But he still balled out. Don't get me wrong.
He still balled out. That 4 to 15. That 4 to 15 worked out. Shout out Nick Boyd for the donation here. Not a Carr hater, but how about Carr missing Hollins wide open in the end zone?
When he went to Davante for this third one, I'm talking about better options.
He wanted to get Davante the hat trick.
Yep.
I can't be mad at it.
That being said, like Derek Carr didn't make a bad read. To the point of this, Derek Carr didn't make a bad read because if you're talking about one-on-one. I'll throw it to Davante one-on-one. That's a fair matchup.
Every time.
But the throw to Matt Collins that got picked, there was two people there. That's an interesting read to me. You're sitting in his own cover. They're sitting there. Yeah. The one-on-one, I'll give it to Davante. He's thrown contested catches to Davante all year, and it's not been that bad. But can we give credit to Josh Flea Flicker McDaniels one time?
Man, hey, that's the one-trick play that worked. Hey, keep running that shit.
When you've got a back like Jacobs, you have to respect that run. So that flea flicker is going to work every time. And
I want to see some Rich Gannon shovel passes now.
I want to see some shovel passes. How many successful touchdown flea flickers have been run in a season? I know the Raiders are creeping up that list right now. It seems like we do it every week.
Yeah, let's just say we got to run one every week. It comes down to that. We'll add that to the Raiders stats. You know,
Josh
so we look at
McDaniels.
We look at Josh Jacobs, right? Josh Jacobs is now 6-1 on games with over 100 yards rushing and a touchdown. He went to 6-1. The Raiders are 2-0 in games where they throw a flea flicker.
Right?
I mean, let's start jotting down these stats. Dustin, that's going to be your job. You're my stats guy.
On it.
You know, because these flea flickers, you would never you run that on the playground, and your friends make fun of you because they ain't supposed to work. Granted, I don't think many people are running the ball. You know, but now they're running it. It reminds me of, I don't know if y'all remember, like years back, Boise State ran 3 straight trick plays to win the game. Then they ended it with the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, don't bring that up, man. I'm still mad about that game to this day. I'm still mad about that game. I almost broke my TV over that game.
I believe it. A lot of people did. I know a man got married off of that game. He proposed to his girlfriend right there on the end zone. Yeah. I remember that.
That's right. Because of that, I hate Boise State.
I mean, I'm not a Boise State guy. Okay, Josh McDaniels still pissing me off though.
Josh still makes questionable calls.
No, why are
that's what Derek said. Derek was like, He's like, we don't have time. He goes, we don't have time. What's going on? Get the play in.
Why are they 7-minute developing routes? I mean, 7-second developing routes still. Like, I don't get it. Like, even Davante's catch on Asante Samuel that fell, like, that was a 15-yard dig. That's not a slow developing route.
And the only reason that those are working is because the offensive line is doing what they need to do.
They're holding down. Yeah. Offensive line deserves their cookies, man. I don't care what anybody says. Our offensive line got just dog trash doo-dooed on the all beginning of the year. People need to put some respect. Birdman respect, no T on their name.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you hold a guy like Khalil Mack to 3 tackles, no sacks.
Khalil always does this. I said this to every Chargers fan that I know. I was like, Khalil's going to ball out for you guys for first 3 games of the year, and then he going to stop showing up for about like 5-week stints, and then he'll put up a game where he'll give you like 2-3 sacks. You'll be like, yay, and then he ain't going to show up again. It's what's going to happen.
He's just interested.
Yeah, that's Khalil now. He's not defensive player of the year Khalil. Y'all got old Khalil.
Yeah. And it's not Khalil that just got traded and wants to prove a point, Khalil.
Yeah, exactly.
They got the one that matters. I like that statement though. The players are just executing now.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
It really comes down to that. And that's what we talked about is that we talk about execution is that these guys are actually executing. You know, offensive linemen are getting their man. Running backs hitting the holes, doing what they're supposed to do. Receivers are running their routes properly. Also, the other thing that I'm seeing is that Derek is getting more autonomy at the offensive or at the line. He's getting the autonomy to audible in plays. We saw it in Seattle. We saw it when he switched to the run, gave it to Josh. We scored. He's now doing that at the line. We saw that against the Chargers. It looks like Josh is getting more comfortable with Derek Carr as quarterback, and Derek is getting more comfortable in the offense, and he has that autonomy to call these different plays and make a difference.
Is that Josh? Is that Nick Lombardi? I feel like Nick had something to do with that because Nick ran the whole offense and built it a lot of it from preseason and any stuff like that. I think Mick has a lot. Like, okay, let's watch. If you watch the game, Josh McDaniels is having a lot more conversations with Mick Lombardi on the sideline than he did in the beginning of the year. So I think that Mick has a lot more to do with this than a lot of people want to give credit for. It's all the people that you don't see. I think Mick Lombardi needs to give a lot of credit right now because I'm watching him be more a part of this. And our offense, he wasn't a part of it when we were only scoring 13 points in that 3-game, that skid. And now he's a part of it. We're averaging, 32 points the last 3. Like, come on, man. Like, let's talk about it.
You got an offensive coordinator who's actually worth his salt. You know, we've always had these offensive coordinators who were just glorified quarterback coach and didn't really do anything. Downing. Now you got an offensive coordinator. I mean, shit, Greg. I love Ole, but Ole was that guy. You know, Ole was a glorified quarterback coach. Yep. Outside of Musgrave, they haven't had anybody that could actually call some plays. Oh,
bring back Bill.
Musgrave was killing it.
Bring back Bill.
Downing.
That was Jack Del Rio and his feelings. We all know what happened.
Speaking of Todd Downing, as we want to pivot outside of Raider talk a little bit, Nikolai, you and I were talking about this. What about A.J. Brown getting the GM of the Titans fired?
My goodness. Oh, my goodness. If you woke up today happy you had a job, you are not the Titans GM.
That was a left field shot, man. Oh, my God.
I didn't see it.
I saw the trade.
You better call A.J. Brown right now and you better apologize for everything you ever said about the man, for every dollar you didn't give the man, for every player you thought was supposed to be the man. Because that man just took –
he took your job.
He got fired. Literally, the Titans owner was waiting. He circled the Eagles game. Said, if A.J. Brown dogs you, you fired. I swear that's what happened.
Well, I mean, it sure looks that way. I mean, you can't deny it.
You saw the Eagles fans turning around to him, flipping him. Oh, my goodness. Like,
yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, that was ugly.
You were happy that you had a job today. You are not the Titans GM. You are like not him.
Will Compton's
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield got a job today.
Baker Mayfield got a job today.
Don't got a job today. Let's talk about it. Let's say like and it's all because of one person. It's not because you I mean, I will say that you did fuck up your organization.
Look, Jeff Saturday has a job today.
Frank Wright might have a job tomorrow. You won't, though. And I don't think anybody's going to give the Titans a GM the job after what he just did to their whole roster.
After that.
I bet you John Gruden's getting paid somewhere right now.
right now. You know, guaranteed. Like, I've never in my life, I almost feel bad for the guy. Like, you made that much of a mistake that
I don't feel bad for him.
You couldn't even do GMs get fired in the middle of the year? Is that like even a thing that really ever happens in football like that? I know coaches get fired, but
really?
like general managers.
It's got to be an egregious, like.
Yeah, I don't see it too often.
Right.
It's not something
so like that was circled on the calendar. You should have called. You should have called the players, whomever did the scheduling, and said, "Move us, take this off the calendar. Maybe I could work another year." Because they had this waiting for you, and you didn't have the defense for A.J. Brown. He's been dogging you in practice for the last couple of years, man. Like
barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken. Oh man, that's sad. Like that's embarrassing. Shit, I'm gonna say this though. I know my guy. Dusty don't want to hear this, but shoot, $360 million might make Brian Cashman not have a job either.
Let's go.
We talked about this. I want him back. But I'm not mad if he goes to the Giants.
Bring him home. Let's go.
I grew up 20 minutes down the road from
why Brian Cashman don't have a job next year. I'm just saying.
I grew up 20 minutes down the road from where Judge grew up. My buddies played against him in high school. I got nothing but love for the guy. You know, I mean, I will forever be a fan of Judge, not just because he was a Yankee or is a Yankee, but just as a baseball fan, I will always be a fan of Judge.
So when he becomes a Giant, we'll get you a Giants jersey then.
I'll rock it.
Express mail. Express mail. Priority.
I will rock it. I will do it right here on the pod. I will do it.
Like, I know that we got a little off of Raider Nation, and I apologize for that. But
that's my ADHD. I'm sorry.
The Titans GM, you are pissed off beyond pissed off today. I don't even care. Your wife might not even love you today.
Man, Matt Rule has a job and he don't have a job.
Matt Rule
I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, shit. Jackson State, I heard, needs a coach.
Hey,
ooh!
Shout out Dion, man. Shout out Dion Sanders.
How about showing up and telling all of them to enter the transfer portal? We don't.
They need a coach and a quarterback apparently.
Yeah, because he said this is your new quarterback. He gonna have to work for it, but this is your new quarterback.
Yeah.
But hey, Dion told me, he said, look, he said, I seen what you guys got. Ain't none of y'all up to my standards. Y'all should all enter the transfer portal.
Better hit the
and you know
portal.
what?
Yep.
He's gonna turn that franchise. He's gonna turn that club around. He's gonna go into Colorado and he's gonna turn that team around. And I'm here for it. I'm here for everything Dion does.
I love it. I love it so much. Let's bring in college to Raider real quick. Okay. I think we're making it to the playoffs, so I'm not going to give us a high draft pick.
Playoffs.
With what you think is going to happen with the Raiders season, which way should they pivot in the draft? Should they pivot and go quarterback? I know that people might not want to hear it, but if we get Caleb Williams in like the second or third round, they better draft that boy. I'm sorry. I don't
think he's eligible this year, though. I think he's going in next year.
Yeah,
that's fine. Beautiful. Even better.
I'm looking at Caleb Williams for next year for sure.
But like honestly, I want to hear where the Raiders should go in the draft this year. And I'm calling us a 10-7 playoff team. So with that being said, we're going to pick in somewhere in the 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of linebacker talent out there.
Linebackers, where you think we should go?
I'm
think
I don't hate that.
A
I don't hate
stud
that.
linebacker.
I don't hate that.
Linebacker's
I like
a good
that.
one.
I like that.
Linebacker's a good one. Defensive end's another good one.
I think defensive end. No, not necessarily. I want like
Actually,
a
you know what?
good. Give me Charles Woodson back, man.
Position on the defense, I don't think you could choose
Joey
that.
Porter Jr.
Give me a good defensive back, like a ball hawk safety, that like a Trayvon Diggs, defensive tackle, linebacker, safety.
We
Corner.
do need a safety.
There's really nowhere you could choose on the defense that would be a bad choice, I don't think.
Give me like a good defensive back, though. I think that our line will be fine next year. If it's whether the Patrick Grahams is there or not, I don't know. But I think our line will figure it out. If we have the outside pressure, we'll get the inside pressure. I think that will happen. Free agents are coming up. People are going to get traded. I think that we'll figure that out. But defensive back, we need a solid ball hawk. Like not even necessarily like someone who can just lock down cover. Just a ball hawk who can get 7-8 picks in a season. Like let's be real. We haven't had that in so long, and I think that I talk shit about the defense because I hate our defense. I can't stand our defense. We have such a good defense that gets no turnovers or pressure, and it just doesn't make sense to me. It's you look at this game. We got what? 2 turnovers? They fumbled the ball twice, right? Was it twice or was it once?
Yeah.
Twice?
Twice.
Twice, right? Those 2 turnovers. What's the end of the
Bruno.
We beat them by 7. You know what I mean? You take away one of those turnovers, maybe we're going into overtime. Those turnovers change the game, change the outlook of the game. You look at even in Seattle, Denzel Perryman picking that ball, changed the outlook of the game.
Momentum shift.
The Raiders don't get turnovers. I don't know why we suck at getting takeaways. Like it just makes no sense.
We were good 1 year in 2016. We're really good at getting turnovers, and then after that, it was.
Can you let the people know our record in 2016, please?
Yeah, what was it? 12-4.
12-4.
Yeah.
12-4. Yeah.
12-4.
Probably would have went on to win the Super Bowl that year.
I really say 13-3 because our quarterback broke his leg the last game, so we're really 13-3.
You take him out in the end stages. Yeah, you take him out in the end stages of Indianapolis. You don't get that extra loss. You're going in 13-3.
And what'd you say? We had a positive differential in turnovers and takeaways that year. Isn't it funny how that correlates? Do you see what I'm saying? If we could take the ball over,
football? What?
Yes, that's what it is. We are getting the pressure now. We see it. Tillery going crazy. Billings going crazy. Chandler 3 sacks. Max if Max isn't number 1, and if people give me the Nick Bosa needs to be defensive player of the year over Max Crosby, I'm just gonna mute you and hang up on you and don't give me that. I don't care. I don't care if he has the most sacks in the league. I just don't I have my player has double-digit sacks, the most pressures, the most tackles, and the most fumbles for a defensive end.
Nick Bosa is also one of the best defense in the league.
Yeah, he's top 2
and has
in every
very minimal help
that matters.
You feel me? So don't come at me with that. But we need takeaways, man. That's the biggest difference. Last week, takeaway. We beat Seattle, playoff team. Well, I mean, we'll see how the rest of the season goes for them. But as of right now, playoff team. This week, Chargers, takeaways. We beat them. Playoff team. Look at the difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you got to have those takeaways.
So if I'm answering the question of who I want to see us get in the draft, give me a good defensive back, like a good safety. We could pair a ball hawk. Just give me a ball hawk. You feel me?
We need a safety to complement Merrick.
You
need somebody to complement Merrick.
Merrick plays better down to the line.
Yeah, keep him in the box.
Great.
Get somebody over the top who can actually just get after it. A guy like
somebody
like a Cam Chancellor who can get in there and just
knock you out, but also get
after it. You know what I'm saying? We thought the Raiders were going to get that with Obi. It wasn't, but it is what it is. But the other thing that I look at
coverage linebackers.
Yeah, so this week,
what nobody says. People want to sit there and act like our linebackers are coverage linebackers. They're not.
This week I'm going to be down in LA. I'm going to be down at the game. So anybody going to be down there? Hey, roll through. Where the tailgates at though? That's what I want to know. Who's got the tailgates? I got my guy over here, Mario. Mario wants to know where the tailgates at. Where are the tailgates at?
If I know a bunch of people are going, I'll pull up. I'll bring the grill. I'll bring the awning. Pull up to me, and I'll make the tailgate. But I need to know that Raider Nation.
This is a Raider game.
Pre-game hot dog from Nikolai Barnes.
Dude, I'm nasty on the grill. You could talk to my grandma, my dad, my sister. You want to see a boy get down on the grill? Talk to me. I do's that. Trust me. Nah, but let me tell you. So like, yeah, because I'm down here, I'm what, an hour away from Inglewood. Let me know. I'll pull up.
I'll be out
I'll
there.
pull up right. I'll pull up. You going, Dusty? What's up?
No, man. No, I don't travel. But I'll definitely be watching. I'll keep an eye out for you two on the jumbotron.
Dustin's like Madden. He's afraid of planes.
It's all good. I don't really like planes either. I'm with you.
He gonna hop in the Dustin Cruiser.
I'll get that Greyhound down to Inglewood.
But actually, I got a real question for Raider Nation, because this is really actually what matters to me, because I'm gonna be in the building. I'm gonna let everybody know right now. New Year's, I am in Vegas. I am there for the Raider Niner game. I'm in the building. Why? Because we need bragging rights back. The faithful to the Bay shit don't work for me, because y'all ain't faithful to the Bay for shit. So I need bragging rights for this. So Raider Nation, whomever is going to be there, tap in, put a comment in the chat, something. And for all the people that is going to be there that comment this chat, watch this video, whomever, I got something for you, because I will be in the building. And I will make sure Raider Nation is turned up. So I'm putting that out there now.
I'm not going to be there. I just let go of my tickets. I let my boy get my tickets. So I won't be there, but I will be there in spirit. And I'll be
pull up to Vegas still.
I might. Who knows? I might make an appearance. I don't know. You know me. I just like
I'm there.
Under the
Raider
radar
Nation. There. I got a bunch of 49. So my wife, love her to death. She's not here. She's somewhere in this house with the babies. She's an ex-49er cheerleader. So we're house divided here. You feel me? So I need my Raider Nation to pull up for your boy. And like I said, I'm the tailgate guy. I'll have the tailgate going. So pull up for your boy. Come to the tailgate, and I got something for you. You watch the video. You watch any of these podcasts. You mention any of the names here. I got something for you.
Pull up.
Pull up on me.
Pull up on me. Well, Raider Nation, let's end this real quick. I got another video from my guy Joey. I'm going to put it out there for just a second. While I'm getting this ready, why don't you guys talk about what your predictions are for Thursday's game?
While he's playing this video, I want to hear not just prediction for the game. I want to hear season total predictions. What do you think the Raiders' win-loss record by week 17 is going to be? That's what I want to know. Do you think we win out? Do you think we lose a game or two?
I think we win out.
I think the potential to win out's there, but the conservative side of me is saying we drop one, and I'm not sure which one, but it's going to be a stupid one.
I say we win out. Just as confident as I am that Aaron Judge is going to be a Giant, I'm confident the Raiders are going to win out.
This guy, you just had to bring him back.
I love it. I'm going to bring it up to you all year. I'm going to let you know that.
I'm sure you will.
Every home run, he's going to be like, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Nah, but Raider Nation, appreciate y'all always.
All right, here we go.
Oh, breaking news, if you want to hear it real quick.
What you got?
Jimmy G not done for season.
What?
49ers QB does not need surgery and has a chance to return in 7 to 8 weeks for the playoffs. So he could return in the divisional or the championship game. That's it.
So regardless, he's still missing the Vegas game.
He's missing the Vegas game. In other words, we are still favored by 3 points. 2.5 right now.
Yeah, he's done. Here we go.
But I thought he was going to need surgery.
Now, Kenny, this is from the same dude that you told us last week?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Got to throw it back in there.
Skills, man. I'm good to see this one.
Raider Nation. With that, we're going to end it. As always, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming out. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Yes, sir.